Hi there. Welcome to Lao Yang's English Classroom. I'm Lao Yang, a teacher living in Zhuhai, China. In this video series, we're going to be looking at how to supercharge your English using collocations, idioms, and precise language. Enjoy! Not long ago, I did a video called 5 Poor Sentences and How to Say Them Better. Well, we're going to do this again. 5 more poor sentences and how to say them better. Well, when you begin learning language, you start by memorizing words and you put those words together and you can communicate, which is great. But at a certain level, when you become a mature learner of language, you want to start sounding smoother and more professional and more fluent. And your growth gets stopped if you continue to learn in this way. So we need to change the way we learn language. And how do we do that? We learn language in chunks. Why? Because English is made up of set phrases. You can't just put them together, using the pattern of your language and expect to sound really fluent. So two kinds of chunks that we have are idiomatic expressions, which means I have to tell you what they mean. Whereas collocations, you know what they mean, but they just go together very well and sound good when you say them. An example, when you don't use language chunks, your language sounds screwed up. What does that mean? It's an idiomatic expression. It means bad, wrong, mixed up. When you begin using them, you set yourself a head and shoulders above your peers. Another idiomatic expression. And you start gathering those, putting them into your language. You don't have to get them all, just some. And you start putting them into your language and you start sounding fluent. Head and shoulders above is an idiomatic phrase, screwed up. It's idiomatic, but it's a collocation. Let's take a look at these 5 poor sentences. Can you see at a glance how to fix these 5 poor sentences? Do they look terrible to you? Or would you say sentences similar to this? Let's have a look. The doctor do something wrong to her. Doesn't that sound screwed up? Bring myself confidence and good emotion and make me feel warm in my heart. Ew, sounds screwed up to me. I don't know about you. Female act more smooth and more careful and do a lot of sacrifice for the family. Should be females or the female, right? They may find more common topics and overcome some of the gaps between them. Sounds like we're talking about couples, but it isn't right. Why do you do so tough work? Take a look at those sentences for a minute. Can you tell how to improve them? Well, let's start with the first one. The doctor do something wrong to her. The doctor do something wrong to her. Not the right grammar. The past tense of do is did. The doctor did something wrong. Oh, but do something wrong sounds kind of vague. Don't even know what that means. The doctor screwed up. The doctor screwed up her operation is what really happened. You can use this screwed up in different situations. Anytime you did a bad job, I screwed up my exam, I screwed up my big opportunity, which we could also call a golden opportunity. Don't screw that up. Okay, so add that collocation to your. Bring myself confidence and good emotion and make me feel warm in my heart. Anytime you start sentence about emotion with bring or make, it's probably not going to go very well. We have some set phrases about emotion, such as raise my confidence. The verb goes together with that specific object. Or you can say something fills me with confidence or joy or love. With make me feel, don't use make me to talk about emotions. Instead, restores my sense of hope, or just restores my hope. So the entire phrase would be raise my confidence and restore my sense of hope. The female, act more smooth and more careful and do a lot of sacrifice for the family. Well, what's wrong with that one? Well, act more smooth. What on earth does that mean? We can say, we can talk about tendencies, about likelihoods by using this expression, tends to be. Put that everywhere in your speech, you'll sound better. Tends to be what? More tactful, more polite, and cautious. Use the right specific word. Do a lot of sacrifice for. You could say sacrifice herself for, not do a lot of sacrifice for her family, but better yet, gives herself heart and soul to or for. Let's begin this by inverting the sentence so we can really make it sound good. Besides the fact that the female is more tactful and cautious, she tends to give herself heart and soul to her family. Ooh, that sounds much better, right? Talking about couples, they may find more common topics and overcome some of the gaps between them. I know what you mean, but it sounds quite funny. Find common topics. The idiomatic expression is discover common ground. Overcome some of the gaps. It sounds like a leap over some of the gaps. I don't know. How about learn to settle differences between them? That's how we would say it in English. Couples discover common ground and learn to settle differences. Much. Why do you do so tough work? Well, that should be such tough work. But we have a specific word for that. It's called drudgery. Why do you persist in such drudgery? Okay, that's all of them. Let's have a look at these sentences together. The doctor screwed up her operation. Raise my confidence and restore my sense of hope. Besides the fact that the female is more tactful and cautious, she tends to give herself heart and soul to her family. Couples discover common ground and learn to settle differences. Why do you persist in such drudgery? Those are 5 sentences. We've learned to say them better. I hope you find it helpful. See you next time.